So today we are going to do something different from what we did yesterday. All right. Okay. So we are going to actually write our first program. So I am going to open the interactive shell. Good. Good. All right. So I mentioned on Monday that we are going to use our interactive shell window for now, and then as we proceed, we'll be doing much more extensive stuff, which will require us to use a code editor. Okay, so for now we are sticking to the terminal. Right, good. So on Monday I said that if you want to output something to someone to see, you use the print function. Okay, use the print function and then you output it. Okay, good. Now let's say I want to write a program that takes someone's name, it takes their age, and then um, it outputs it for someone else to see. All right. So I will still write a print statement to prompt the user that I am asking of their name. So what is your name? Okay. So this is what's your name. So this is what the user sees. What is your name? In our last session, I said that in order to store something, a value, you need to invoke or create a variable. Okay. So since I am collecting someone's name, I will use the variable to actually store the user's name. Okay. So I'll do my name. Okay. Now, initially I could have just typed wings. Okay. So that when I print my name, it will show wings. But today we are not going to do that. We are going to give the user the liberty, okay, the liberty to collect input. Okay, now in collecting input, we will use the input function. All right, the input function. So now instead of doing my name is equal to wings, I will do my name is equal to input. Okay, my name is equal to input. Now when I press enter, you see nothing happens here. So then that means that I am collecting the user's input. Okay, which is their name. So then I'll type someone's name. I'll type Nicholas. Okay, now when I print my name, it will be Nicholas. Why? Because I just collected it using the input function. All right, good. Now I want someone to unmute their mic and then tell me how to go about collecting someone's age. Yeah. Yes. I want someone to unmute and tell me how we will collect someone's age.
Okay, so collecting someone's age. Yeah, you will type in age is equal to, and you bring the quotation mark and the double quotation mark or any of them, and then you type in the age you want to, maybe 23 or 24.
This one.
Yes, please.
So it's done. Alright, so now you just assigned a value to a variable. But I don't want to assign a value to a variable by just giving it a predefined value. I want you to give the user the liberty to enter any age that they want using the input function, not predefining a value like I did for collecting input for the name. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. Is anybody going to try? Hmm. Okay, so let me call names. Ezekiel, would you want to try?
I just tried though.
Were you the one that spoke? Oh, okay. I didn't see. Leonard, would you want to try? Hmm. Why are you guys muted? I want you guys to try. All right. So now I used this this to collect someone's name. So to collect someone's age, it will be simple. I can just do age is equal to input, and then I'll say 23. Simple. So then I can say that I can do the print function. I can invoke the print function, and then I'll do my name is I and then I get my name is Kofi. I am 23 years old. You get it? You get it? Uh-huh. So this is how you go about using the input function. Okay. Cool. So now this is our first program. Okay. Now I would want us to use a code editor to see how we will actually write it in a code editor. Okay, so let me exit the shell and then open, let me open VS Code. Alright, so I'm in VS Code. Cool. So then I'll create a new Python file. I'll name it new.py. Good. So now I am in my code editor. Okay. So in using the someone raised their hand. Yes, Imano Dankwa.
So yeah, actually, I was like, your screen isn't showing.
Well, my screen has been showing all this while.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I just came. That's why.
All right. Okay. So now let's proceed. Okay. So in your code editor, you will do, if you want to use the print function, you do print and then hello world. Okay. Now when you run the program, crazy. So let me run the Python file. Okay. So now you get hello world. Okay. Good. Now I was talking about the input function. Okay. So I said that, let's say we want to write a program. So write a program that takes users name and age as input and print a greeting message. Yeah, let me a greeting message. Yeah, simple as that. Okay, simple as this. Okay, so simple. You do print hello. Please enter your name. Okay, I hit the autocomplete, and then coming down, you do my name is equal to input. All right, and then you also take the user's age. So age is equal to input. Okay, good. So in order to make it more interactive, I'll bring another print function here, and then I'll do please enter your age. Okay, and then after collecting the user's input, I would say hello, then I'll call the variable that stores your name. You are, then the age comes here, and then a greeting message. I'll do good day. All right. Now, if I'm to run this program here, so let me run the program. So you see, I see hello, please enter your name. Okay, so I'll type Ezekiel. Please enter your age. So Ezekiel is 56 years old. Now I see hello Ezekiel, you are 56 years old. Good day. It is as simple as that. So this is how you collect user input. Okay, so you collect user input by using the input function and then storing the input in a variable that you have declared. All right, it is as simple as that. Okay, good. So that is that. Now I want us to do something. You see, in Python there are so many ways to write your code. This code that I wrote here, I can simplify the code. I can make it very simple. So I can combine this and this line into one line of code, and then combine this and this into one line of code. So the whole code, I can just make the whole code like 3 lines of code. Okay, yes. So first I can do input. Sorry, I'll call a variable. So a variable will be let's say name is equal to input, and then I'll say hi, please enter your name. Okay, and then I'll do age is equal to input, please enter your age, and then print hello name, you are 8 years old, good day. So instead of writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code, I have been able to achieve how many? 3 lines of code. Okay, and then when I run the code, I should still get the same output. So hello, please enter your name. So now the name is Kofi, age 21, and then I get hello Kofi, you are 21 years old, good day. As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay, good. So this is how you use the input function. All right, good. Now the age should be what? An integer. But you see that age is what? A string. Age is a string now. Age being a string is not good. Okay? Age shouldn't be a string. It should be what? An integer. So that in case we are writing a program that actually checks date of birth and stuff, it will be able to calculate using the integer. Alright. So I can just make it simple. So I can change this into this. So I can do age is equal to int input. So I will wrap all this into what? An integer. So then that means that the age will become what? An integer at the point of collection. It wouldn't be a string. Okay, but if I am printing it, I can add the string object here or the string type here so that it also converts the age from integer to string, because we learned that you cannot concatenate a string and then an integer. Okay, now let's see what happens if I don't convert the age. Okay, so now let's run it. So hi, please enter your name. I'll type George. Enter your age. I'll type 45. And now you see that it tells us can only concatenate string, not integer. That is why it is necessary for us to what? Invoke the string object and then wrap it around age, so that if we run the program again, we'll be able to get a correct output. Okay, so note, it only converts the age at the point of printing. Okay, good. So now if you want to check the type here, if you want to check the type here, we can just use the type function, built-in type function, to check the type. So in here I can just do print the type of age here, and then also I'll print the type of age here so that you see what happens. So let me clear this and then run the program again. So I'll say Helen, enter your age 78. So you realize that it's an integer. Even after it printed it, it's still what? An integer. Okay, yes, good. So that is how you use the input function. Okay, good. Now let's use something called the len function. So the len function is used to calculate the length, okay, of or the number of characters in a string. Okay, the len function. So this is the len function, len. Okay, so let me comment it and then do len function, okay, to find the length of a string. Okay, so now I want to see the length of the string. Okay, so if you want to see the number of characters in a string, you can do print and then you do the length of, let's say we are checking the length of the name, your name. We can also check the length of, why is it giving me, so let's try this one. Let's try this and see. Let me just comment this one out because you're only checking the length of name. Okay, good. So I enter your name. My name is Leonard. So it checks the length of the name. So when we count, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, good. Now let's do something. What if I type Leonard and then bring a space and then press enter? You realize that although Leonard has characters of how many? 7. We have 8. Why? Because I added a space. In Python, space is also considered as a character. Okay, space is also considered as a character. Alright, space is also considered as a character. So be considerate when using these kinds of functions. Alright, good. So that is how you check or calculate the length of characters in a value. Okay, good. Now in order to simply check the length of something, you can just invoke the len function and then say maybe hello world. You want to calculate the length of hello world. So I can just run the program. Sorry, I didn't print it out. So I can do print len hello world. And then we have how many? 11. So let's count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Alright, good. I have told you that the space here is also considered as a character in Python. So when I zoom in, you realize that there is a space here and then it also counts as a character. Alright, good. So that is how you use the len function. So let's say let's use a sentence. So let's see, I am learning Python. Good. And then I print that one out. 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, the space, 20, and then 21. Alright? Good. So be mindful of that. Great. Now, we've learned so much. Okay. Now let's learn how to use I don't know. I just taught you how to concatenate an integer, yes, with a string to pass a print statement. I have taught you that. But let me just say that one again. So let's say you have a value. So let's say number is equal to 29. Alright, 29. Now when I do print type of number is an integer, and then if I want to print all of this together, I number years old. Okay, and then I run it. I realize that I am number years old, and then it says can only concatenate string. And I taught you that in order to fix this, you have to convert this type of number, okay, from an integer to a string. So I told you that in here you can just make it simple. You can just invoke the string object and then wrap it around the variable. Okay. So now let's try again. So now we get I am 29 years old. I have repeated again just for you to understand. Okay. Alright, good. So this is how you convert an integer to a string. Okay. You can also convert a string to an integer only if it is a figure. Okay. Alright. Good. So yeah. So that is that. Okay. Good. So now let me spin up my Python shell, and then let's try something. So you have type of 0. It is a string. Alright, you see this is a string because it is wrapped around the inverted comma. But if I do the same thing without the inverted commas, it's what? An integer. You get it? So be mindful of that. Okay, good. Okay. So now let me ask you questions before we proceed. So look at this, all these, and tell me which of the following are operators, and then which of the following are operators, and then which are values. So you are to look at this and then tell me which one are values and then which one are operators. As simple as that. So anybody can just raise their hand and then start talking. Hmm. I want you guys to answer before we proceed. So, uh huh. I'm listening. No, I'm waiting for you guys.
Please, can you come over the question again?
I am saying that
Unless the
I
wasn't
have,
still.
I have these here. Okay, I have these here. Now I just want you to have a look at it and tell me which of them are values and then which of them are operators. That is all. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Hey, I've taught you what operators are. I've taught you what values are. Wow. Well, I'll leave it for you guys to answer. So I'm not going to answer this for you. So I'm going to continue. Now, the next thing we are going to talk about is flow control. Flow control. So, flow control is simple. So, you know the basics of individual instructions, right? Uh-huh. Yes. And then, you see, if your mom wants you to buy an item, uh, first they will send you to the market, and then she will tell you, oh, Nicholas, go to the market. Now, when you go to the market, buy me tomatoes, um, onions, ginger, garlic, and stuff. Okay. If you don't get tomatoes, buy tin tomatoes. You get it. If you don't get tomatoes, buy tin tomatoes. So your mom is basically telling you that when you go to the market, first buy all these items. But if you are buying all these items and then you don't get tomatoes, then you buy tin tomatoes. Your mom didn't tell you to buy tomatoes alongside tin tomatoes. Alright? So that there is an if condition. So when your tomatoes are tin tomatoes, say na ewo hɔ no if statement. Alright? Good. Now the same thing applies to rain. It rained today. Alright? Now, as a normal human being, um, we follow certain stuff. Okay. We follow certain things. Alright? Good. Now, this is um, a flow chart, okay, to tell you what to do if it is raining. Now, we follow the principles of flow charts to make or to write control statement, flow control statements. All right. Okay. Yes. Now, what you see here is a flow chart that tells you what to do if it is raining. All right. Good. Now, I'm going to explain. Although I know you've been taught, but I'm still going to explain. Now, start. Now, when you start, let's say you want to step out, you first check, is it raining? Yes, it is raining. Do you have an umbrella? No. If you don't have an umbrella, you wait a while. Okay? Huh. Now, if you wait a while, you will check again. Is it raining? No. Then you step outside. Then it ends. Alright? Good. Now, let's start again. Start. Is it raining? No. You can go outside because it's not raining, so you can step out. Yeah? You can also start again. Is it raining? Yes. Do you have an umbrella? Yes. Go outside. You can start again. Is it raining? Yes. Do you have an umbrella? No. Wait a while. Is it raining? Yes. You wait again. Okay. Is it raining? You wait a while again. So you, from here, if it is still raining, you will still be in this condition till the rain stops. You can't go outside. Okay. So now, when you come back again and then the rain stops, you can now go outside and then it ends. All right. So this is just a flow chart to tell you what to do if it is raining. As simple as that. So in a flow chart, there is usually more than one way to go from start to end. Okay. Uh-huh. The same is true for lines of code in a computer program. So flowcharts represent these branching points with diamonds. Okay, the branching points, yes and no, with diamonds. While the steps are represented in rectangles. So the steps, these ones. All right. Mm-hmm. So you really have to understand flowcharts, the yes and the no, to be able to write a proper flow control statement. Okay, good. So um, that is that. So that is flow control. All right, good. Now before we write or proceed with writing if and else statements, I would I would want to ask if you guys have learned um, something something called the um, truth table. Leonard, can you mute your mic? Leonard, can you mute your microphone? All right. Now, how many of you have heard of something called the truth table? The truth table. Yes, truth table. How many of you have heard of the truth table? Yes. All right. So only one person has heard of truth table. All right, no problem. So yes, Mohammed. So now let's do something. I want to introduce you to something called the comparison operator. Now, comparison operators plays a role when writing flow control statements. Okay. Now, comparison operators. This is the first comparison operator, equal to, and then we have the not equal to, you have the greater than, you have the less than, you have the greater than or equal to, and then you have the less than or equal to. These play a vital role when writing flow control statements. Okay. So then I'll do 4 equal to 4. Okay, so let me run. So print 4 equal to 4. I get true. So this comparison operator compares and check if both values are equal. Okay. Now what happens if I do 4 not equal to 4 and then I run it? It will give me what? False. Why? Because 4 is actually equal to 4. But if I do 4 not equal to 9 and then I run the program, it tells me what? True. Because it actually compares and then 4 is not equal to 9. Now let me do 4 greater than 9 and then I run the program. It's false. Why? Because 4 is rather less than 9, not greater than 9. Now when I change this operator and then 4 less than 9, I'll get true. Why? Because 4 is less than 9. Now if I do 4 greater or equal to 9 and then I run the program, it's false. Why? Because 4 is less than. Alright, so less or equal to, so I'll get true. 4 is less or equal to 9. Okay. So this is the values, sorry, the responses you get from these. Alright, so these are comparison operators. Alright, you can also do same for strings. Okay, you can also do same for strings. You can say let's see, hello equal to hello is true, but if I do hello is equal to hi, is false. Why? Because hello is not equal to hi. Alright, so you can use comparison operators for both strings and then integers, floats and everything too. Alright, okay. So you have to understand the fundamentals before you go to writing codes. Alright, good. I know most of you came here to just start writing Python. We don't do that here. You have to understand the rudiments before you start writing codes. Okay. Now, I asked about the truth table. Okay. The truth table shows possible results, okay, of a Boolean operator. So the Boolean operator is just true or false. Okay, true or false. And then you have to understand something in Python. The and then or. This one, the and then or. We will talk about the not and stuff, but let's stick to the and then or. Okay. Now, the and checks both values. Okay. Now, the and or operators always take two Boolean values. Okay, so they are considered as binary operators. Okay, Now the AND operator evaluates an expression to true if both Boolean values are true. So for example, if you write something like true and true, okay, true and true is true. Why? Because both values are true. So the AND checks if both values are true. If there is even one that is not true, it will evaluate to false. Alright, so let's do true and false. It's false because one of them is false. But we know that the AND checks if two of them are true. Even if one is not true, it is false. Okay. Uh-huh. So even if it is two false, it is still false. Okay. Uh-huh. So now let's continue with the truth table. So true, 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 false, 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 true, false and true will give you false. False, false will give you what? False. So that's the um, truth table. Okay, for AND. Okay. Now for the OR checks if one of them is true. If one of them is true, you will get true. That is how the OR works. If one of them is true, it is true. So let's do again. True or true is true. True or false? True. False or true? True. False or false? False. So this is how the AND and then the OR works. Okay. Now let's talk about the NOT operator. So unlike the AND and then the OR, the NOT operator operates on only one Boolean value or expression. So it makes it unary. Okay. So the NOT operator simply evaluates to the opposite Boolean value. The opposite Boolean value. So for example, not true. So what is the opposite of not true? Is false, right? So not true is false. So not false is true. So the opposite. Now let's do this. Not true. Who can guess the output for this one? So not. So you can do the nege po to get the. So someone should try for us. So not true. Yes. Who is willing to try? Yeah, who is willing to try?
False.
It's false. Are you sure? It's not false. It's not false. Are you sure? It's not false.
My decision is
It is not.
yes.
It is not. You see, I said that not true is false and then not false is true. Now look, not will give you what? Nege is po. Okay, nege po. So nege po nege, and then nege po. So positive. So it's true. All right. So this not has cancelled this not, and then this not has cancelled this not. So now you are left with what? True. You get it. Uh-huh. So now let's add another knot. Uh-huh. So if you add another knot, what will be the response?
It will be false.
So then you get
False.
false. You get it.
They are true.
Uh-huh. So this is how it works. This is how it works. All right. So let me clear and then let's go back to our IDE code editor. Now let's combine the not and then the true. All right. Then we are combining the not, the and then the or, with real figures. All right. Good. So now I want to type it so that you see. So what do you think will be the output for this one? Is it true or false? So now use the principles I taught you. Use the principles to answer the question. So first, you consider these two: 4 less than 5. 4 less than 5, is it true or false?
False.
It's false. Okay, so 4 is less than 5. It's false. Okay. And then 5.
It's true.
Oh, me, I'm following someone's response. So please. You are saying it's true. Okay, someone is always saying it's false. Okay, no problem. And then we have 5 is greater than 6. Is it true or false?
False.
5 is greater than 6. Alright,
It's false.
it's false. Yeah. Alright, so now let's print false. Alright, false. Now, let's do this. What about this? Is it true or false? So 4 is less than 5
True.
and 5 is less than 6. True or false? True. Okay, why?
True.
Why? Why?
Because 4 is less than 5 and 5 is less than 6. And operators make sure that both sides are, are positive. Yes,
Are
they are
true.
positive.
Are true. It checks if both sides are true. Yeah. If you say positive, you mean something different, okay? It checks if both sides are true. Alright. So I'll give you a clap. Okay. You've done well. You've done well. Alright. Alright. Okay, cool. So now, what about this one? 4 less than 5 and 9 less than 6. What will be the response?
It will be false.
False. Correct. Now, let's continue. 1 equal to 2 or 2 equal to 2. Uh-huh.
It will be true, sir.
It's true.
So then that means you guys are following. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good, 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 good. So that is how you use the and, the or, and then the not. Okay. So now let's do the final one. Let's do the final one. It's going to be very long, so analyze it properly. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and not 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, and 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2 plus 2. Uh-huh. Yes. Yanko.
The answer is true.
Ish. Udeshi. Udeshi. Yes. Anybody else? Udeshi. Okay. Who said it was true? Is it James or Muhammad?
Mohammed.
Muhammad.
Mohammed.
Okay. So before Muhammad gives us his explanation, is anybody willing to give their opinion?
Hello, Wings.
Yeah, Leonard.
It's true.
It's true. All right. So now we have two truths. Anybody else? Maybe let me see if someone else will object. Then um, we listen to your responses. Okay. So if there are no objections,
Please, it's true. It is true.
hey, Adamashada.
Yeah, it is true.
Okay. Okay. Someone should explain. Someone should explain. Someone should explain why not. True, true, not also. Yes. Let me expand. Sorry.
So you will start with the first part. You start with the first part. Two plus two. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and not 2 plus 2 is equal to 5.
Mm-hmm.
At this side, both sides are true. Both sides are true.
Okay.
And the next side, and 2 times 2 is equal to 2 times 2 is equal to 4.
Yeah.
So 2 times 2, and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So
Yeah.
2 times 2
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
equal to
Yeah.
2 plus 2.
Yeah.
That side too is all true.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
the
Why
statements
are
are
they?
true.
Why are they?
That's the final answer will be true.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good. 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 Yeah. You've done well. So this is how you use the the and then the not and then the or are called membership operators. Okay, membership operators. So membership operators. All right. Mhm. Yeah. So we will consider all of those things. Sorry. Um, okay, so now we can move on to the elements of flow control. Okay, elements of flow control. We will come back to these. Sorry, I said the end or not. Sorry, it is not a membership operator. It is a part of the comparison operators. Okay, it is not. These are the membership operators, the in and the not in. So we will use this when we are talking about lists, dictionary, sets, and stuff. Okay. So yeah, yeah, cool. So let me wipe these, and then element of flow control. So flow control statements mostly start with a condition, okay, and then they are followed by a block of code called the clause. All right. So before I proceed, I would want to take you through something called conditions. Conditions. All right. And then we will come to blocks of code. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, what's a condition? So you've seen the Boolean expressions, the true or false stuff. Yeah. They are also expressions. Okay. So condition is just like a specific name in the context of flow control statement. All right. So conditions always evaluate down to a Boolean value, true or false. All right. Now a block of code. So lines of Python code can be grouped together in blocks. All right. So you can tell them, you can tell it when a block begins and then when it ends. All right. So um, blocks begin with indentation increases. blocks can contain other blocks. Blocks end when the indentation decreases to 0. All right. So I'm just talking now. Let's go down to the real ish. All right. So now in a real thing, we are going to do something like creating let's say phone unlocker. All right. Like you enter the password. If the password is wrong, it will tell you, oh, wrong password. If the password is right, access granted. All right. So this is what we are going to do to learn um, flow control. All right. Good. So let's say your name is Mohammed. Mohammed, today didn't you kill a cow or something?
It has just landed.
Yeah, it's just landed. All right. Until I mean, I remember delivery guy about
Exactly.
All right. So let's say my name is Mohammed, and then my password is 1234567 8. All right. Mm-hmm. Now these two are just variables and then values. Okay. Now I will invoke the if statement. All right. So if name is equal to Muhammad, you should print hi Muhammad. Okay, good. Now when it prints hello Muhammad, I'll do if password is equal to 1234567 8. You should do what? Print welcome to the system. And then I'll do else print incorrect password. Okay, good. And then I can also do else. I can do print user not recognized. Now let me explain this code again before we change stuff in it. So this is a flow control statement. Okay, good. Now I am telling the computer that if name is Mohammed, you should print hi Mohammed. If password is 1234567 8, it should say welcome to the system. Else print incorrect password. User not recognized. Now let's run it. So we got hi Mohammed, welcome to the system. Now let me change a value here and then do name is equal to Henry. And then print. You see, I got user not recognized because in here name is not equal to Henry. Name is actually Muhammad, but the user typed what? Henry. So then user not recognized. You are trying to intrude. Your name is Henry. Meanwhile, the phone knows the owner as what? Muhammad. So user not recognized. As simple as that. Now, what if the name is actually Muhammad and then the password is not right? So hi Muhammad, incorrect password. So in this case, it did what? Print Muhammad. It checked the password, but the password was wrong. So it says what? incorrect password. So this is how it works. So now let's give the users a liberty to input stuff. So I can do input, enter your name, and then I can change the password from predefined to input. Alright, so now we get a real program. Alright, so I can run the program. So now enter your name. I'll type Kofi. It says user not recognized. So from here, no, all these blocks are under this one. So the moment this one fails, it tells you are not recognized. It doesn't need to go to this one. Alright, good. Now let me run the program again and say Muhammad. Hi Muhammad, enter your password. Then I type 90. It tells me incorrect password. Alright, now let's look at something. So this that you see here, line 5, is our first block of code. It starts at the print hello Muhammad and then contains all the lines after it. Okay, so inside this block is another block. Alright, this block, the welcome to the system, which has only a single line in it, welcome to the system. And then we have the third block, it's also one line, and it says what, incorrect password. And then we have this else statement. Alright, good. So this is how you write that. So this is just the intro to how you write or use if and else. Okay, this is just an intro. In our next session, I will show you how to use if statement properly, explain what the if keyword really means in plain English, a condition, else statement. We will talk about elif statement. We will talk about so much. We will talk about loops. All right. We'll talk about the while loop and then all those stuff. All right. The break statement, the continue statement and stuff. All right. Good. So today is just an intro to how this works. You can also modify this one. So instead of doing else incorrect password, you can also do print incorrect password and then come down and then do another one. Let's see, you can do input, please try again. Alright, so that the user tries again. Alright, now let me run it. So enter your name Muhammad. I'll enter a wrong password and then it tells me please try again, and then I'll do like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and then it ends. Alright, as simple as that. So this is just an intro. This is not something I'm using to like, this is just something I'm using to explain to you what it really is. But in our next session, I'll break it down and then teach you how and then when to use an if statement, an else statement, an elif statement, a while loop, break, continue, and stuff. Alright. So it's already 8:30 and then I don't know, lights are off. Alright, so I would want to end today's session. We will continue again some other time. Thank you all for joining.